And we are here for another day of 4-H Spotlight here on YourLiveEvent.com. I'm Preston DeVille. Let's go get some interviews. Yeah, we are here for another 4-H Spotlight. Today I'm here with Sydney. And Sydney, you just want to tell me a little bit about some of the events you're participating in today?
Yes, so I have 4 beef here, and I have 3, or all of them are markets, and 2 of them are steers, and then a heifer. And then I helped my sister out with showing pigs this morning, so.
I was about to say, it looks like sounds like you must be done for the day then?
Yes, I just finished up about 5 minutes ago. I finished my beef classes for showmanship and the FFA, so.
Overall, how'd you do today?
I did pretty well. I wish I did a little better. My sister beat me with my 1 steer, but that's okay. Overall, we did very well today. So.
Sounds like you must have a little sibling rivalry.
Oh yes, all the time. I always like to beat her. It's hard though.
Alrighty, and how long have you been in 4-H?
I've been in 4-H as long as I can remember. I grew up doing it, and my parents did it, and they put me in it. So.
What's your favorite thing about 4-H over the years?
I like to help the younger kids and teach them of the ways and leadership, and then for livestock, helping them learn how to show and how to get into it.
Alrighty, and then in terms of if you were to have to sell 4-H to a kid who was maybe interested in joining, what would you say?
I'd say it's a very good opportunity to be out there and to show the public not just agriculture, but about your projects that you can do at school, and you can enter them and get awarded on them, and it's just a really fun time.
Then what's your favorite thing about showing cattle?
I like the bond between my cattle and I. You can definitely have a big bond between them, so I'm still working on that with my calves, but definitely the bond with them.
And in between dairy cattle and then just normal cattle, what's the big difference between the two?
So for the beef cattle, they are made for the meat, and then dairy cattle are made for your milk products like cheese, yogurt, things like that.
And in terms of showing them, is there a different type of strategy you have to do that you have to build up, or what's the difference between a normal beef cattle show and then a normal milk show?
Yeah, so there is a difference in the beef cattle industry. You use a show stick, and then for the dairy you don't use a show stick, and it's all coordination with their legs, and same with beef, but you can't use the show stick for dairy. So yeah, it's a little bit different, but they're pretty similar.
Awesome. And was there anything else you wanted to say before we get going?
No, I'm good. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for your time today. And we are here for another 4-H Spotlight. Today I'm here with Tony. Tony, I know I just saw you showing off some pigs. You just want to tell me how you've done so far today?
Yeah, I've shown a market gilt today and a market barrow, so that's been a lot of fun. I just got done with the 4-H show, and before that the open class show.
And so far, out of all the events you've done so far, have they gone pretty well?
Yeah, they've gone pretty well. I've gotten blue ribbons in both. They've been a lot of fun. One last time showing, so just trying to make it a fun experience.
You said this is your last show?
Yep.
You must be a senior?
I just finished my first year of college.
I was going to say, I think you're our first college kid that we've interviewed so far for this. You just want to tell me, what kind do you play some sort of leadership role then with all these younger kids who are let's say don't have quite enough. I don't know what I'm saying. That don't have as much experience as you.
Yeah, I think it's important to have someone that they look to and to set a good example, that don't take it so serious, try to have fun, help them out, of course, if they're struggling with their pig. I think it's important to have those bigger people there for their support and help.
And throughout the years, what have been some of your best 4-H experiences and memories?
Probably showing with my brothers and sisters. They have all shown with me in the past, so just coming up here with them and getting them ready with them, watching them show, and just kind of having other people around me supporting me and watching me, and it's been a lot of fun with more people.
Alrighty, and what kind of sales pitch would you give to a kid who's maybe like interested in joining 4-H or is a little hesitant to join? Like, what kind of sales pitch would you give them to kind of like nudge them in the direction of joining 4-H?
Yeah, I would say a lot of things you don't realize until it's too late that you should have, and it's better to not live with regrets. So, if you think you're going to regret it in the future, just do it now before you don't have any more time left to do it and before you realize that you just wasted that opportunity. It's been a lot of fun. This being my last year, looking back, I'm really glad I did show pigs every year for many years. I wouldn't have changed anything. I wouldn't have gone back and not showed. It's really fun, and I'd like to see a lot of more kids get into it and realize how fun it is too.
Alrighty, and then you say you've been showing pigs for all these years. Like, what's your favorite thing about showing pigs?
I would say getting them out of the barn and working with them to prepare them for the show, coming up here with my brothers, and just having the whole experience with them at the fair.
Alrighty, was there anything else you wanted to say before we get going?
Thank you for everybody who came out to the show and everybody who supports 4-H and FFA. Both are great organizations that I've been a part of, so thank you to everybody who supports us.
Awesome. Thanks for your time today, Tony.
Thank you.
And we are here for another 4-H Spotlight. Today I'm here with Willow. And Willow's just going to tell me a little bit, you just want to tell me a little bit about the competitions you've competed in already?
So I've been showing pig and my horses, and now I'm about to show my sheep this afternoon.
So far, how have you done?
I got reserve champion for my showmanship, and then I got reserve champion barrow.
And I know you compete with your siblings. Is there some sort of sibling rivalry going on?
Yeah, definitely with my sister in showmanship. She got champion, I got reserve. And we always are very competitive with each other. So.
Will you both be competing with the sheeps also?
Yep.
So you're going to have to try and get her back on that one?
Oh, yeah.
Alrighty, yeah. And in terms of 4-H, how long have you been in 4-H?
Ever since I was little, since like kindergarten basically.
So what's been your favorite memory doing 4-H so far?
Definitely like all of like the friends I've met and all of like the fair fun and yeah.
And speaking of the fair, it is Fair Week. What's your favorite thing about the fair?
Probably showing my animals and hanging out with my friends and family.
Is there an animal that you enjoy showing more than the others?
Well, I really like showing my horse because I don't know, I just love showing horses and it's just really fun to ride them and compete. So.
Alrighty, yeah. In terms of like training to show a horse, what kind of training do you have to do?
Well, we have to like ride them and just to get them in shape from like the winter and stuff. So we just have to get them in shape because they've been like in the pasture all year long. So just have to practice all of those events and yeah.
You just want to tell me a little bit about your horse, his name, how old they are?
So my horse's name is Bruno. He is 18 years old, and he is a POA, which is a Pony of America. And we've had him for like 7 years, and he's taught all of us kids how to ride, and he's just a really good horse. We've had him for a long time, so.
Yeah, and then in terms of like getting kids in 4-H, I know they're always looking for new members. What kind of sales pitch would you give to a kid to, kind of nudge them in the right direction of joining 4-H?
Probably like all like I don't know, like the friends, I guess, or like all the animals. And, yeah.
Alrighty, was there anything else you wanted to say before we go?
Not really.
Awesome. Thank you for your time today, Willow.
Thank you.
And we are here for another 4-H Spotlight. Today I am here with Evan. And yeah, Evan, you just kind of want to touch up on some of the activities you're participating in today?
I'm just showing breeding gilt and a market barrow at the swine show day.
Can you want to explain a little bit to what that is to, like, let's say our audience who don't know too much about that?
Basically, you just show the pig in the fair. I don't know too much about it. I just like showing them.
Alrighty, and I guess just how do you train for something like this?
Well, make sure you spend time with them. Make sure they're used to you. Make sure they have good feed and overall a good area for them to live.
Alrighty, and then in terms of like I guess 4-H, just kind of moving back to that. How long have you been in 4-H?
I think it was first grade I started
What's been your favorite memory with 4-H so far?
showing pigs.
And what is it about pigs that you just like? Why is it that you like showing them?
Like being in the ring, I enjoy pigs because I grew up on a hog farm, and just it's a thrilling activity for me.
Alrighty, it is Fair Week. What's your favorite thing about Fair Week?
I'm gonna watch wrestling today.
Oh, wrestling. I don't think we've gotten that answer yet. What is it about wrestling that you like?
Fun to watch people get slammed on the ring.
Good answer. I guess, Evan, is there anything else you wanted to say before we go?
Hope you enjoy the fair.
Awesome. Thanks for your time today, Evan.
Thank you.
And we are here for another 4-H Spotlight. Today I'm here with Greg Hurdler? Harder. Okay. And he was a judge for all the 4-H events today. And Greg, can you just tell me a little bit, how long have you been a judge? Just stuff like that?
Well, thank you for the question. Thanks for, it's been a great day. This is about my 40th year of doing this, 41st year. You kind of lose track after a while, but I've been real fortunate to judge kids and livestock throughout the country, and I love coming to the Norman County Fair.
And how do you get into something like judging?
The easy answer is like it, love it, and know somebody that can help you get started. The more detailed question would be, you need to have some background in it. It helps to judge as a 4-H'er or an FFA student. You can take judging classes in college and just really grow up around livestock and have a passion for it.
Okay, and then I was supposed to say, I don't really know too much about 4-H and judging and different stuff like that. So let's say during a cow show, what exactly are you looking for in let's say a cow? What separates a good cow from a not so good cow?
Okay, good question again, and I'll kind of classify that. So like the beef project, you judge market animals, you judge breeding animals, and most of the breeding animals are heifers, which means they haven't calved yet. So at that juncture, your question was, females, you're looking at structure, and you're looking at the things that make a market beef valuable, and that would be muscle, that would be growth, so you want performance, but ultimately with females you want structure, because if they have good structure, you can breed that on with their calves. If they have an issue, they're going to have issues with their calves, so it's kind of a fun thing.
Okay, and then to kind of go into the showmanship aspect, is showman more judging on the handler than the animal, or how does the showmanship judging work?
You're 100% right. I've always enjoyed showmanship because showmanship is 100% the kid. Okay, case in point, you might have been out judging under me earlier, showing under me where you were 10th out of 10. You had the last place animal, but you can win showmanship because the opportunity of the showman to maximize the potential of the animal. So to make a not so good animal look the best it can be is a skill. And there's been a lot of kids that show good animals that make a good animal look not so good, which is the other kind of skill. Okay, so showmanship's a lot of fun, and that's what rewards the kids for all the work they put in before they ever get to the show.
And then, what's the strangest animal you've ever had to judge? Has there ever been some animal that's not very well known, or just what's the strangest one you've ever judged? That's
a great question. Come to mind, it would have been in Worthington, Minnesota at the Nobles County Fair, judging a big sheep show, and all of a sudden these two little kids come in with two sheep that I had no idea. Other than they were sheep, I had no idea, and I asked them about the lambs, and they were blue Hawaiians. They are from the island of Hawaii, and they are literally blue, and that's all I can tell you about it. But that would be the strangest.
Alrighty, and then out of all the animals you've judged over here, what tends to be your favorite animal to judge?
I've always been a cattle guy. That's what I showed when I was in 4-H. But whether it's pigs, cattle, sheep, goats, I truly love them all. And what I really love even more than the livestock is the interacting with the kids and the families. That's why I'm in my 40th plus year. It's really fun to place good livestock, but man, it is awesome to work with good kids.
And I know you mentioned that you were in 4-H.
Yes.
As a kid. Well, can you just tell me what your favorite thing about working with like an organization like 4-H is?
Well, it's changed a lot since I was a kid. 4-H was maybe just a little more farmer kids, kids on the farm, so that's kind of evolved into kids that live in town, but they keep their animals at a friend's house, so to speak, or grandpa and grandma. Mom and dad are a lawyer and a dentist, but grandpa says, I'll keep your animals at my house. Probably what makes it unique is putting kids in the dirt, putting kids, shoveling manure and spreading straw and doing chores, is probably what's really a cool feature of it, and something that has made it fun to work with all these years.
And then as a judge, what's the best advice you can give to a person showing livestock?
Well, I'm pretty basic on those things. Number one is never give up. It's never over. There's like showing cattle. We didn't have it happen today, but a calf can get away, and there'll be kids that they'll just quit. It's say, no, go catch them and get back in the race. The other advice would be just watch and listen to those that have been doing it for a long time. Because I do just the opposite. I love watching and listening to the young kids. And the things that they see through kids' eyes help me understand what they see.
Okay.
And I think it helps me explain it to the moms and dads. And that's also what I take a lot of pride in is when I'm talking on the microphone, I'm trying to explain what I saw and did to mom and dad or grandpa and grandma in the seats, because they can't get better or learn if I don't help them get better and learn. And so, that's kind of a long answer, but it's kind of a big circle as far as, it's a team deal. You'll hear a lot of these families that do a lot of showing. It takes a tribe. It takes a team to go out showing, and because it involves so many people, and that's what's a lot of fun.
Alrighty, I don't want to keep you waiting too much longer, so was there just anything else you wanted to say before we go?
Well, just always love to give kudos to a county fair I just got done with. I've been blessed to come up here to the Norman County Fair. I don't even know how many times, maybe 10 or more times over the past several years. I've met a lot of the fair board members. They do such a wonderful job up here in Ada, Minnesota. The livestock guys, I don't want to say any names because I'm going to forget them, but I'll just give a shout out to Perry because he's my direct contact with Linda and with the extension staff. What they do out here, and with Abby, the FFA representative here with those kids. But just hats off to Norman County and all the people surrounding Ada and Borup that support this awesome event. And you truly have one of my favorite fairs that I get to go to. So keep up the good work.
Hey, we are here for another 4-H Spotlight. Today I'm here with Zane. And Zane, you just want to tell me a little bit about yourself? How old are you? How long have you been in 4-H? Just different stuff like that?
I'm 14. I've been in 4-H for at least 3 years, but I didn't show last year because my chickens got attacked.
Okay. And then can you just tell me a little bit about everything you're participating in this year for 4-H?
I'm showing a carburetor for an engine, a fish decoy, and a picture in the Coliseum. And then I'm showing chickens here.
You want to tell me a little bit about the fish decoy? Is that like you making like a fish decoy, or can you just explain that a little bit?
I built it so then when you're fishing and ice fishing, then it's to show that the fish isn't worried or he thinks that everything's fine because that chicken's not getting attacked when he comes in to the hole, so you can spear him.
Okay. And then just tell me a little bit about showing chickens. How long have you been doing that, and like what kind of work do you have to put in to like show a chicken?
I've done it for about 2 years, and the things that I like to make sure that they stay clean and their pen is clean, and you have to clean up their pen like maybe every hour. Keep the poop out of it so then they don't get messy, and then they'll look better when people see them.
What's your favorite thing about showing chickens?
Probably the enjoyment part of it, when I see other people having fun and when I having fun showing them.
Alrighty, and then in terms of like you've been in 4-H for a while now, what's been your favorite memory so far? I know it's kind of a tough question.
It is. Probably my favorite memory is when I got my ribbon from my other engine that I did last year when I was showing a 4-cycle engine. I didn't know if I was going to be able to do that right.
And you want to explain like engines? I know you said you're doing one this year. Like, what kind of engine are we talking?
A 4-cycle engine has a carburetor, but a 2-cycle engine does not.
Is this like an engine you put together yourself?
No, we got it out of an old snowblower.
Okay. What's your favorite thing about engines and like showing and like being able to do them for 4-H?
Probably how they work.
Okay. You gonna be a mechanic in the future or what?
Probably for my dad.
Alrighty. And then was there anything else you wanted to say before we go, Zane?
Yeah, so I just wanted to say how the engine works. So the air and the carburetor's job is for the air and the gas to get mixed before it goes into the engine, and then it does the 4 strokes: intake, compression, power, and then exhaust.
Alrighty, perfect. Thank you for your time today, Zane. And we are here for another 4-H Spotlight. Today I'm here with Kira and her rabbit, Cookie. And Kira, you just want a little bit, tell me about your rabbit and how did you come up with the name Cookie?
He is a magpie harlequin, and because of his colors that are black, white, and he has some gray on him, that's why I thought of Cookies and Cream.
Alrighty, and what's your favorite thing about showing rabbits?
My favorite thing about showing rabbits is like a couple days before the fair, you can touch them and you can even bring them into your house and do some stuff with them. Like you can practice getting them ready to show, or you can just lay down to see if they'll go on top of you.
Alrighty, and did you show other animals here this week also?
Yes, I also showed the goats and Caramel, that's over there.
And what's your favorite animal to show at the fair?
I think it was the baby goats.
Baby goats, what's your favorite thing about showing the baby goats?
Is about getting them into the ring and seeing how they do out there.
And I know that you show with your brother also. Is there some sort of like little sibling rivalry going on there? Like do you guys like compete to see who can get like the most ribbons or something like that?
No.
Alrighty, and then how long have you been in 4-H?
I've been in 4-H for about 6 years.
And over those last 6 years, what's been your favorite memory?
Getting our first rabbits.
When did you first start showing rabbits?
When I was 5.
Okay. And then in terms of Cookie, like what's your favorite thing about him? Does he do something just weird that sticks out or anything like that?
No, it's just every now and then he gets like calm like this.
Okay. And then was there anything else you wanted to say before we go?
No.
Awesome. Thanks for your time today, Kira. And we are here for another 4-H Spotlight. Today I'm here with Jean. And Jean, I know your mom told me that you did a picture.
Yeah.
You just want to tell me a little bit about your picture?
Well, it was I took it during Halloween. I was with my friends trick-or-treating, and I saw this very cool sunset, and I wanted to take a picture.
Awesome. And I also know you also showed a heifer earlier. You just want to tell me about your heifer?
Well, I was born on May 5th. It's a very big
Alrighty, and what's his name?
Diamond.
Diamond. How'd you come up with that one?
I just wanted like something like I wanted it to look cool, and I thought something white because my heifer's white, so I thought like something shiny like diamond.
Now, obviously, you have 3 other siblings who show cattle. Is there like some sort of little competition between you 4?
I wouldn't say so.
No. Alrighty, and then obviously, like I said, you show with your family. What's your favorite thing about being able to like show with your family?
That I get the money.
Alrighty, Gina, was there anything else you wanted to say before we go?
I don't know.
Alrighty, well, thank you for your time today, Gene.
All right.
And we are here for another 4-H Spotlight here on Your Live Event. Today I'm here with Linda Hoglum with Norman County 4-H. And Linda, you just kind of want to recap the events. How have they gone so far?
Oh, you know what? They have gone wonderfully well. Just awesome. The kids, what they can show and tell about what they've been learning in their projects, whether it's like we've talked about before, the livestock, or things in the static exhibits in the 4-H building. It's just been awesome. And you look at these things and you're going, wow. So I'm really excited for those kids.
And I know the rain, you guys ended up having to cancel a couple things, correct?
We did not have to cancel with the 4-H, so that's we'll see how the afternoon with the awards program. But yeah, we won't cancel that, but we might have to move it inside.
And you just want to explain what the awards program is for just our listeners who don't know?
Sure. The awards program is an opportunity to recognize those 4-Hers and youth that have been doing things here at the Norman County County Fair, and so then this is the time we get to actually talk about them and announce the winners and the grand champions and just doing all sorts of things to be able to recognize what those youth have been doing.
Alrighty, and then 4-H still serving burgers and stuff all in the exhibit building also still?
Yes, that'll be till 3 this afternoon.
Alright, you just want to explain what kind of food they're serving in there for that?
They've got hamburgers and cheeseburgers. They've got chicken wraps. They've got chicken sandwiches, barbecue, beans, potato salad, pie, ice cream.
Pretty much everything, it sounds like.
It's a good place to take a break and have something to eat.
Alrighty, and this is a question I've been asking most of the 4-Hers. It is Fair Week. What tends to be your favorite thing about the fair?
Everything. I can't pick one. It's just there's just such a wide variety of activities and events that have been going on, whether it's the fashion review. Yesterday was just a full day of livestock shows. Then we had a couple this morning to finish up the livestock. But yeah, so I mean, they're just, whether it's a pet show or whether it's their general exhibits, or like I said, it's just I can't pick one.
And I guess, what are some of your favorite things about being able to work with an organization like 4-H?
It's just such a wonderful opportunity to watch and see those youth grow and in their project areas, in their mastery of their project areas, but also in their leadership skills, and to really see those kids grow and they find their passions in a lot of these areas. So that's what I enjoy.
Alrighty, and then was there anything else you wanted to say before we go?
Just, you know what, just a really big thank you to all the parents and the 4-H'ers and the leaders, the people, the grandpas and grandmas and aunts and uncles and you know, the whole community, all the communities that come out and really support the 4-H program. The Fair Board is awesome. So, I mean, I think just a big thank you to all of them and to help, because they're making and helping make this the county fair the success it is.
Awesome. Thanks for your time today, Linda.
Thank you.
And that'll conclude today's interviews for your 4-H Spotlight here on YourLiveEvent.com. Be sure to keep track on the site. Be sure to check out some more interviews being taken here at the Norman County Fair.